It's Saturday morning, Phoenix fans, and you know what that means.
A new episode of the Elon Phoenix Weekly is coming right up.
Don't go anywhere.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Greg Brzezowski.
And I'm Cabby Borders. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Be sure to tune in every Saturday as we bring you a closer look into the lives of your favorite Elon athletes and coaches, both on and off the field.
Practice makes perfect, and for Elon athletes, strides made during practice form the strong foundation they rely on during the game. This morning, we take a look at two different sets of people behind the scenes who help Elon athletes reach their highest potential.
Coaches and managers work with their teams on the finer points of their sport. But no matter the sports, every athlete requires a high caliber level of fitness to improve and fine-tune their skills and abilities. For the Phoenix, this responsibility falls on the shoulders of these dedicated individuals.
It's easy to watch as an athlete makes a mind-blowing play and think about what great individual talent he or she has. But what often goes unnoticed is all the behind-the-scenes prep work that the staff does day in and day out to make sure the athletes are prepared for their individual sports. Here at Elon, the strength and conditioning coaches work around the clock in order to make sure the athletes are ready to compete. While learning to develop athletes for a single sport can be challenging enough, the strength and conditioning coaches at Elon are responsible for athletes from many different sports and look forward to the challenge of working with the different athletes.
I enjoy working with other sports as well. Like I said, one of the major hurdles that I had to get over when I got here was just learning the personalities of different sports. You have to kind of figure out what buttons to press, how to motivate those athletes, and go from there.
With each sport requiring different strengths, the coaches must know what those strengths are and how to develop them. This can be accomplished through a variety of workouts that differ from sport to sport.
There could be a difference in rep schemes on what we're doing. Say a baseball athlete might be doing lower reps, higher weight. A soccer athlete might be doing higher reps, lightweight. But a lot of it, say baseball, will be working on a lot of acceleration, a lot of lateral movement, backwards movement. Soccer or tennises, for example, it might be a little more endurance-based because their plays tend to happen a little longer.
Although the primary goal is to help the athletes develop and continue to excel at their individual sport, another important job is to prevent injury or any other problem that may hinder an athlete's performance.
Once the season starts, you're not going to make very many gains in the weight room. It's really going to be about just trying to maintain and keep people healthy. So we do a lot of what we call prehab, just trying to do things to help prevent injuries from happening.
While it is difficult to train athletes from multiple sports, another challenge the strength and conditioning coaches face is working with both male and female athletes. Training males and females is difficult because of the differences in how they need to physically prepare for competition and how they must work to meet the strenuous demands of athletics.
The women athlete, the biggest thing with a lot of the sports that I'm dealing with is the presence of ACL injuries. It's very common with a female athlete. It's basically because the angles of the hips on women are different than men. It's predisposing the ACL to having a lot of injuries. Also, hamstrings are usually pretty weak on female athletes, especially incoming athletes. And what I do is I really target on flexibility. I also target on a lot of hamstring strength. And what I'm trying to do is really decrease the likelihood of ACL injuries.
Working with all sorts of athletes can be a challenge, but with the new facilities here at Elon, the strength and conditioning coaches say their job is made easier and better for the athletes.
State-of-the-art building. Everything's brand new. It's really nice, and it kind of shows you the direction of where the athletic department is going in their thinking.
From the first day we got in there, we were able to do things that we weren't able to do before. And ultimately, it's about helping our athletes become the best athletes that they can be.
And it's really nice to see them come in with a smile on their face because they're happy to be here, and it's nice, new, and fresh, and they're really excited to have the facility and all the great equipment we have with it.
Like I said, this place is awesome. We have a A lot of new stuff from top to bottom, and it's a great showpiece and great tool for recruiting.
The best part of the job for these coaches, however, is being able to work with the different athletes and see them develop and have success.
I love all my athletes. I love them all. So, you know.
I love my job. It's one of those things where I get to come to work every day. Sometimes you work some long hours, that's part of the deal, but I get to wear a t-shirt and shorts every day, and I get to listen to music, and I get to interact with a lot of kids throughout different cultures and different sports. And my biggest thing is motivating all the kids. If I can't motivate them, I can't do a good job. So, you know, if I'm not upbeat and ready to go and get them working for a reason, then we're probably not going to get what we need done.
With spring sports just around the corner, the Ironworks are no doubt heating up as the staff prepares each team for the new season.
Supporting the coaches and athletes of Elon Sports are the managers who work hard day in and day out to help the team everywhere from the practice court to the laundry room. In his 3 years with men's basketball, head manager Paul Flieger has invested his time and effort making himself an essential asset to the team.
Hi, my name is Paul Flieger, and I'm the head manager for the Elon men's basketball team. We have the best staff in the country as far as managers goes. We have 5 new guys and girls who are learning about what it takes to be a manager here at Elon, and they're learning quick.
Now in his 3rd season, Flieger is the veteran among the managers.
My freshman year, we only had 4 managers, and 3 of them quit. And then last year, we only had 1 other manager, so 2 total. Luckily, she stayed on staff. I know our staff, our managers here, are always ready, always willing to answer the call.
And yes, that includes doing laundry.
So this is the laundry room for all the athletic teams. Keep it labeled so people know it's our stuff. You just gotta make sure it's ready and clean for them the next day. I can turn a lot of people off, and especially after such a long season, working from the end of August all the way through hopefully the middle of April. And it's a lot of work. We practice 6 or 7 days a week for a couple hours a day, and anytime a player falls down on the court, there leaves a huge wet streak all across the floor, and can't have our players stepping in it, slipping all over and risking injury. So every time someone falls, it's up to us to run out there, wipe up the floor real quick right before the next play. And normally coach is on us to get out there, get it cleaned up so that we can move on to the next play and keep practice rolling.
Being a manager is tough work, but getting the job was no sweat.
Well, Coach Matheny and I go way back. I've known Coach Matheny since I was 3 years old, living in Davidson, North Carolina. And when I came here my freshman year, it was also his first year, so I just shot him an email and got the position to be a manager for the team. It's kind of cool to be able to be on such a personal relationship with Coach.
A lot of people don't know this, but Paul is preseason All-American in his role, and he's as good as there is in the country.
The Phoenix players have done their part to make Flieger feel welcome.
They've been very appreciative of everything we as managers have done. I know last year, just having 2 managers on staff, it got to be a lot of work, and by the end of the season, I feel like I was a little bit worn down. And it was good to know that the players would come up to me after practice, after games and stuff, and just say thanks, even just the slightest little thing, whether coach told them to or not. I know that they are appreciative of everything I do and everything we do as managers for the team. I've definitely become good friends with a lot of the guys. The guys that go, I still keep in touch with: Daniel Watts, Adam Constantine, Chris Long. It's a long job. It's a lot of long hours, hard work, and it's not the most glorious position, but it is rewarding in the long run when you get to be a part of this team, part of this family that Coach Matheny talks about.
Already entering their season, the men's basketball team is hard at work preparing for each new game. With the support of staff like Flieger, they will no doubt soar to new heights this spring.
Earlier this season, Elon men's soccer team made a magical run through the SoCon postseason tournament, winning the tourney for the first time in their history. However, the Phoenix have won the regular season title in recent years. Can you name the year Elon captured their first regular season title?
The answer to that question when we return. Plus, baseball coach Kennedy steps off the field and onto the dance floor to support Little Pink Houses in the fight against breast cancer.
Plus, a preview of the women's basketball team as they enter their 2011-2012 season.
All this and more after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Catch the Phoenix in action on December 3rd as men's basketball takes on Navy at 2 p.m. and women's basketball takes on Chattanooga at 7 p.m. For more information or to purchase tickets, head to elonphoenix.com. We'll be right back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
Welcome back to your ESPN2 local sports break. Elon baseball coach Mike Kennedy and student dance instructor Megan Chipper recently partnered with Little Pink Houses of Hope in an effort to fight breast cancer. Coach Kennedy took to the dance floor to show off his moves and raise money for the organization's cause.
Formed only 10 months ago, the Little Pink Houses of Hope is an organization designed to raise money for breast cancer patients and their families. On October 29th, they held a ballroom fundraising competition called Dancing with the Little Pink Stars in Gibsonville at the Diamond Room that featured local celebrities in the Burlington area.
Dancing with the Little Pink Stars is our gala event that we've held. This is our first year as a nonprofit organization, and our goal is to raise money to help send 75 families to the beach next week.
Elon baseball coach Mike Kennedy was asked to be a part of this event. This meant taking the coach far out of his comfort zone to learn the cha-cha and then having to perform the dance in front of a large crowd.
Certainly knowing what it was for and what it meant, I had no reservation, other than I can't dance.
Coach Kennedy teamed up with ballroom dancer and Elon student Megan Chipper to choreograph a dance. Kennedy said the hours spent rehearsing were crucial.
Practices have been kind of a building block for me because I'm so far out of my element that we had to do some really basic stuff early on. After the turn and chase, we got a basic into a long chase or whatever you call it. And then we come out with the flick. And then after the flick, we do the pushaways. Basic push turns. Yeah, basic and push turns, and then into the da-da-da. It's right, left, cha-cha-cha, back, forward, cha-cha-cha.
But Coach seemed to catch on fairly quickly. This allowed Chipper to choreograph a dance that best suited Kennedy.
What I did first was teach Coach basic cha-cha steps, and then we just put them together. So it was really dictated by the flow of the song and the moves that we already knew.
Kennedy's one requirement? Hints of baseball had to be included to showcase his strengths.
Anything not baseball related in the routine has been slightly more difficult, but we do have some baseball things in there.
For a man whose passion is baseball, his dedication to this cause was evident when he sacrificed his World Series tickets in order to attend the event.
Missing the World Series probably been the hardest part. I mean, I'm a lifelong Cardinals fan. I've seen them play in every World Series that since I've been able to go.
Whenever I pause for more than 5 seconds, he runs over to check the score of the World Series. But in between, he's really, really focused. But whenever he has a break, he's gone.
Finally, after weeks of rehearsing, it's showtime.
I'm ready. I know the dance. I feel real comfortable about it. I just don't know what's going to happen when that music comes on.
Okay, our next couple, please come to the dance floor, Mike and Megan.
I think he did fantastically. He's always known the dance and done it really well in practice, but he got a little nervous in front of people. But he wowed the whole crowd, and I'm just so impressed.
It was really a lot of fun because of the way you dressed and the way you interacted with each other. And I love the ending move that Megan was safe. Love that. I knew you'd put a baseball move in there. I knew you would.
Though Kennedy was not named the winner, the event was a success and raised over $12,000 that night alone through ticket sales and a raffle. Patton Coble says the event went beyond just a night of fun.
It also gave us an opportunity within our local community to really have people understand what it is we do, how they can help, and how they can be a part and become part of our Little Pink family.
At the end of the night, Kennedy was happy for just one thing, that his players didn't get the chance to see him dance.
I'm just glad it's $100 a table, because if it was less than that, 20 or so, they'd probably all be here and it'd be a nightmare.
While Coach Kennedy may not be ready to give up his day job, he and Patton Coble know the benefits of his efforts were greatly appreciated.
What he proved is that you can be out of your comfort zone and you can support a good cause and you can do amazing things with the gifts and talents that you have.
Coach Kennedy helped raise over $1,000 for the Little Pink Houses of Hope and the families they support.
The women's basketball season is in full swing, and Coach Charlotte Smith's time at Elon is just beginning. We sat down with Coach Smith and some of her players to gauge their feelings on the upcoming season.
Last year, the Elon women's basketball team had one of their most successful seasons in school history. Coming into the season projected to finish third in the Southern Conference, the players are trying to focus on continuing their winning ways.
I just know how good we are as a team and, how good we can be if we just, could take 40 minutes and just be very determined and just have that energy, and just leave everything out on the court.
Every year we want to be pursuing that championship and things like that, so I think, it's a lot better than last year, what we were ranked last year, and I think that we proved a lot of people wrong last year, which, is fun and things like that. But this year, it's like no surprise. Everybody knows, kind of what we have and what we're going to be doing. But, that strive for the championship is still there.
I'm just looking forward to being in that championship game. As a senior, everything that, I've done in the last 4 years really just amounts to that one game to me.
Getting to the championship game is on everyone's mind, but a lot has to happen between now and then. Getting the 3 new freshmen integrated into the team is a big step towards winning a title.
I think we have very talented freshmen. Zora, Sam, and Shannon, they've done a great job. We've done a great job as a team getting to know them and getting to know their game and making them a part of the team. And I think they will definitely, their talents will definitely show throughout the season.
Everybody else is new to the system too, so that's kind of working in their favor because they're not as behind as they would have been, but I think we all started together, and so they're like flowing in the mix very nicely. We have a couple good shooters that are going to help us out this year, and I think their work ethic is what makes them stand out.
Player leadership is key to this team's success, especially with the changes in the coaching staff.
Well, the biggest thing is kind of like being that bridge between our head coach and the rest of the team. During practice and during games, if like the intensity or the defense or anything that's not up to what Coach Smith wants, kind of like trying to light a fire in the team and saying, this is what we need to work on, this is what we need to do right now, because this is what she wants.
Definitely as a senior, I try to make a lot of people smile on the court, just to bring more of an ease out there, just so we can have fun, because that's when we're at our best.
Coach Smith sees a lot of potential in this year's team, but in order to reach these lofty expectations, she knows they have to put in the work every day in practice.
You do have a lot of talent, but it's about what you put in and day out in practice and what you do on your own, which is going to make this team great. So, we can have all the talent in the world, but it just all boils down to how much we invest every day in practice and individually as to how far we can go. But the sky's the limit for this team.
The team will have to push themselves if they are to achieve their goals, but they are confident that they can reach the high bar that they have set for themselves. SoCon play starts on December 3rd against Chattanooga.
Earlier in the show, we mentioned Elon's men's soccer team and their 2011 SoCon postseason title. We asked if you knew what year they won their first regular season title. The answer? 2008, when the team went a perfect 7-0-0 in Southern Conference play.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to take a look back into the history of Elon Athletics.
And we'll give you a sneak peek at the men's basketball team and their upcoming season.
So don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Elon Athletics has a rich history dating back over a century when the school's mascot was the Fighting Christians as opposed to the Phoenix we know today.
Join us as we take a glimpse back through the pages of the Maroon and Gold saga.
In 1971, Elon women's basketball was approved for varsity. Kay Yao, PE instructor of the college, became the team's first coach, leading the Lady Christians for 8 years before retiring in 1979. During her time at the helm, Yao brought the team around from 5 losses and 11 wins in 1971 to becoming undefeated champions of local women's basketball. In 1974, Elon overcame Mars Hill, UNC Greensboro, and Western Carolina to sweep a perfect tournament.
Almost as rich as its history, the future of Elon Athletics burns ever bright on the horizon. For the men's basketball team, this is no exception.
Alumni Gym was packed Tuesday, November 15th as the Phoenix took on a member of the SEC, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Claiming a hard-earned 58-53 victory, the men's basketball team gave a phenomenal preview of what their new season has in store.
On March the 8th, we met in the locker room. And that was 2 days after we lost in the Southern Conference Tournament last year. And it was the day of the championship game. And we decided on that day that we would go on a 12-month mission. And in the mission, we wanted to be the absolute best we could be 12 months from that day. to give us the best chance to be successful in this season's Southern Conference tournament.
But after graduating key players like Chris Long and Scott Grable and returning lone senior Drew Stradlin, the team is looking towards its young talent to step up this year.
In order for this team to be as good as we can be, we need our junior class to step up. We need Roger Duga, and we need Brett Irvin and Josh Bonney to step up, and John Moody to step up. We also will rely heavily on our sophomore class, which gained a lot of experience as freshmen, but they're all in new roles. They're now experienced players. They're now players that we rely on heavily for minutes, but they need to take leadership responsibility.
What the young roster may lack in experience, it makes up for in skill. The Phoenix sport a high-octane, upbeat style of play that leads to a lot of excitement on the court.
We got a lot of athletes on the team that can run the floor, and some great shooters, and some good inside presence too. And I'm very excited for this season because we got some great talent, and we can do some good things this year.
We're a lot of fun to watch. We're a lot of fun to watch for many reasons. First of all, we got great guys on our team, and what we want to bring here to Elon are Elon men, guys that you can look up to, guys that kids in the community will say, wow, I'd like to be Jack Eisenberger someday. I'd like to be just like Drew Stradlin someday. And then it's a lot of fun to watch us too because we love to shoot the three. We love to play an up-tempo style of play. And what we want to be our strength is team defense. It's been a weakness in the last couple of years, at least consistently being good defensively. It's something we've worked quite a bit on. And we want to be a tough, hard-nosed defensive team that has a lot of fun in the open court.
It was with a defensive mentality that the team prepared for its home opener against SEC opponent, the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Well, it's awful quiet in Alumni Gym right now, but the South Carolina game brings with it quite a bit of excitement. And the build-up for our home opener has been really good for our program.
I expect it to be packed. When the crowd's into the game, that's kind of like a six-man for us. That helps a lot.
You walk through town, you spend any time in this community, and people are pointing to the start of basketball season. And that's new for our program. That's exciting for our program. This place will be extraordinary with the way the students are going to fall all over the court, and the way the fans are going to pack in and hang from the rafters. And that's what we want it to be all the time. We want a basketball game on this campus, in this community, to be a great event. And certainly our home opener seems like it's going to be a great event.
And it was nothing short of that, as the Phoenix topped the Gamecocks 58-53 in front of a packed house on opening night.
Here we go. Let's go. Phoenix on 3, 1, 2, 3. Phoenix.
Come out and have fun with us. Come out and enjoy this type of basketball. Come out and enjoy the opportunity to be real close to these guys, to get to know these guys, and then to pull for these guys. And then the other thing is, when you do come out, when we're going through tough times, reach out and pick us up, encourage us, and keep us pointed in the right direction. Because together we're going to do very, very good things here at Elon.
The Phoenix will be on the road until November 30th when they take on Furman in Alumni Gym. Be sure to come out and support the team.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or want to watch again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Also, be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you have a spectacular weekend.
And be sure to join us again on the show next Saturday morning. For the Elon Phoenix Weekly, I'm Cabby Borders.
And I'm Greg Brzezowski. Thanks for watching.